Good morning, dear student. My dear students, today the topic is Jainism and Buddhism. Before that, we all are already discussed and complete the chapter number 7th, later Vedic age, and we also sent the exercise of answer. So all things are complete before these chapters. Now the chapter number 8 given here, Jainism and Buddhism. You know very well, the last and the end of the later Vedic age saw the many birth of new religions, new ideas, new thought, and so many movements started after the end of later Vedic period. Many of them faded away after some time, but two of them grew in the most important religions, grew and developed. First known Jainism and second one Buddhism. Jainism was founded by Vardhaman Mahavira and Buddhism was founded by Lord Gautam Buddha. Means Jainism founded by Vardhaman Mahavira and Buddhism founded by Gautam Buddha. Both are Jainism and Buddhism. Both were that time in the so many social changes and so many social reform started through the religion of Jainism and Buddhism. What was the reason behind the growth of new religion ideas in the 6th century BC? What was the causes why the new religions developed after the later Vedic age? First of all, in later Vedic age, the caste system is very rigid. My dear students, as you know, and you also study about that in Vedic period, the social division is very complicated and restricted. The caste was divided into 4 groups. First, Brahman, second, Kshatri, third, Vash, and fourth one, Shudra. In society, you also know, in the later Vedic period and the Vedic period, both the Brahman get the important position in the society. All rituals, ceremonies, sacrifices performed by the Brahman, and Brahman learn the Vedas. Brahman complete all types of ceremonies through the Brahman. By the 6th century BC, the caste system had very rigid. Since the Brahmins were mostly the priests and teachers, mostly the Brahmins, priests or teachers, so they claim the supreme position into the society. This is a first drawback for other caste, because only Brahman in the society get the supreme position. This was not liked by the Kshatri and other caste, because the Kshatri who were responsible for protecting the people and running the administration. Yes, that time Kshatri performed so many work as a ruler. Kshatri maintain the law and order and protect the peoples. And the Vash, who were traders and merchant, were a wealthy class paid to bulk of taxes. वैश्य क्या करता था? ट्रेड और मर्चेंट्स का काम करता था और उसके बदले में वो टैक्स को पेड करता था. ब्राह्मण का काम क्या था? टीचिंग करना था, लोगों को टीच करना, सेरेमनीज को कंप्लीट कराना, सेक्रीफाइसेस को कराना, रिचुअल्स, पूजा पाठ, रीति रिवाज को कंप्लीट कराने का काम ब्राह्मणों का था. ये सारी चीज़ों को अगर देखा जाए, दैट टाइम ब्राह्मण गेटिंग सो मेनी गिफ्ट लाइक दक्षिणा एंड अदर टाइप ऑफ गिफ्ट. ब्राह्मण इसके बदले में तमाम तरह के गिफ्ट लेता था. एंड ही वॉज दैट टाइम द ब्राह्मण वॉज फ्री फ्रॉम ऑल टाइप ऑफ टैक्सेस. किसी भी तरह का उसे टैक्स नहीं देना पड़ता था. The very bad and very miserable position in the society were the Shudra. Shudra survive upper 3 classes. The condition of Shudra is very miserable. शूद्रों की जो कंडीशन थी सोसाइटी में वो सबसे खराब हुआ करती थी. This is the fact. During that time means Brahman get the most important position in the society, second class Kshatri, and third one Vash, last position getting those are known as the Sudra. the Sudra getting the position of very miserable, their life is very worst suffers. They had to live outside the village, और वो गांव में रहने भी नहीं पाता था, गांव के बाहर उसके घर होते थे, गांव के बाहर वो रहता था. एंड ऑल द वर्क दैट वाज रिगार्डेड एज डर्टी बाय द अपर कास्ट, जितने भी गंदे या बुरे काम, जो छोटे काम होते थे, वो सारा काम कौन करता था? शूद्र करते थे अपर क्लास के घरों में जाकर. दे वर नॉट अलाउड टू एंटर टेम्पल्स टू ड्रॉ वाटर फ्रॉम द सेम वेल्स. उनके पास ये भी अधिकार नहीं था कि वो एजुकेशन को ले सकें या किसी मंदिर में जा सकें या एक ही कुएं से पानी निकाल के पी सकें, जिससे ब्राह्मण क्षत्रिय वैश्य पीता था, उससे शूद्रों को अलाउ नहीं था. मीन्स द कंडीशन ऑफ द शूद्र इज वेरी मिजरेबल. दे कैन नॉट गेट द एजुकेशन, they did not allowed to enter the temple, and they also not use the water from same wells. Okay, so this is the very complicated situation during the end of the later Vedic age. This is the first reason for the growth of new religions like that Jainism and Buddhism. Second reason, language. Brahman performed the yag ceremonies and all things through the Sanskrit language, and the Sanskrit language that time very difficult. The normal and the common people use only Prakrit and Pali language, so the language is not able to understand by the common people. So language is also a very difficult situation against the common people. Only Brahman could understand the Sanskrit. The common people who spoke either Pali or Prakrit wanted a simple religion that was explained in a language that they could understand and follow, but this type of situation is not available. So the religious texts and hymns were composed in Sanskrit. जितने भी religious text book थे, जितने भी मंत्रों के लिए बुक बनाई गई थी, वो सभी के सभी संस्कृत में कंपोज किए गए थे. जो कॉमन पीपल को समझ की बस की बात नहीं थी, क्योंकि संस्कृत उनके लिए डिफिकल्ट लैंग्वेज था. सो इट इज आल्सो द कॉजेज फॉर द ग्रोथ ऑफ new religions like Jainism and Buddhism. And one important things other, the complex and expensive rituals. So many Hindus that time Vedic period consider about that Hindu period in India, the Hindus and elaborate ceremonies, sacrifices and rituals for every occasions in Hindu family. So the Brahman were needed to perform these rituals, as only these they knew the Vedas and other holy texts. जो रिचुअल्स होते थे, जो सेरेमनीज होती थी, जो पूजा पाठ के रीति रिवाज, जो तरीके होते थे, उसको केवल ब्राह्मण करवाता था. सो एक नीड, एक ज़रूरत बन गया था ब्राह्मण सोसाइटी के लिए, तभी किसी भी पूजा का समापन होता था. सो इट वॉज ऑल्सो वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू हाउ टू परफॉर्म द रिलीजियस एक्टिविटीज, एंड इट इज़ नीडेड बाय द ब्राह्मण, बिकॉज ब्राह्मण परफॉर्म द यज्ञ एंड लर्न द hymns in the Vedas. And after they complete perform them, which common people could not afford, so the Brahman also demanded gift and money to perform them. ब्राह्मणों को इसके बदले में या तो कोई गिफ्ट मिलता था या तो फिर उनको कोई उपहार मिलता था, तभी वो पूजा संपन्न मानी जाती थी. सो दिस प्रूव increasingly unfavorable to agriculture and other commercial activities, and that time very important rituals demand to sacrifice of animals like bull. ओके, जानवरों की बलि भी होती थी, बुल, उनको बलि भी चढ़ाया जाता था कभी कभी. एंड इट वॉज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर अदर एग्रीकल्चर एक्टिविटीज़, क्योंकि जानवरों का यूज हम एग्रीकल्चर एक्टिविटी में करते थे. सो इट इज़ आल्सो अ वेरी क्रिटिकल सिचुएशन ड्यूरिंग द टाइम ऑफ लेटर वैदिक एंड अर्ली वैदिक पीरियड. सो दीज ऑल टाइप ऑफ द सोशल इवेल्स draw the attention of the religious scholars, especially Lord Gautam Buddha and Vardhaman Mahavira. So first of all, today we will discuss about that Jainism. Jainism is the name of a religion. Jainism is the name of religion. Jainism is a religion based on the teaching of long line Jinas or Tirthankar. Jina or Tirthankar, based on the teaching of Jina or Tirthankar, of whom Mahavira was the 24th Tirthankars. जैन धर्म एक ऐसा धर्म है जो लॉर्ड जिना एंड तीर्थंकरों के टीचिंग के ऊपर डिपेंड है. जिसमें महावीर का नाम आता है। वो 24 तीर्थंकर थे जिन्होंने जैन धर्म को इस्टेब्लिश किया। मीन्स लॉर्ड महावीरा और वर्धमान महावीरा established the you can say that founder of the Jainism. Through the Jain, according to Jain tradition, a Jina or Tirthankar is one who has conquered anger, greed and ego. तीर्थंकर या जीना उन्हें कहते हैं जिनके अंदर कोई इच्छा या अभिलाषा, कोई लालच, कोई नीड नहीं रह जाती है, ना तो कोई ईगो रह जाता है। मीन्स दे कंकर्ड, विजय प्राप्त कर लेते हैं किसके ऊपर? ग्रीड, ईगो एंड एंगर। सो थ्रू द मेडिटेशन एंड सेल्फ रियलाइजेशंस, Jainism gained the widespread popularity under Mahavira. Therefore, he is often called the founder of Jainism. Vardhaman Mahavira was born in the 6th century BC. When Vardhaman Mahavira was born in the 6th century BC in Vaishali, in modern day Bihar. His father name was Siddharth and his mother name was Trishla. His father name was Siddharth and his mother name was Trishla. At a very young age, Vardhaman thought deeply about life and death, suffering and happiness. Around the age of 30, Vardhaman left his family and became a mendicant, means a monk who lives on charity. He spent many years in penance and meditation, at the end of which he left that he had found the answer to all his questions. काफी लंबे समय के बाद, very long time meditation from one place to another place for search for truth. What is the aim of life and why about life and death is continuous going on. So this needs and questions, so many query questions. After long meditations, he get the true knowledge. Who? Vardhaman Mahavira. And after that, he discarded all his material belongings, including his clothes. Vardhaman come to be known as Mahavira, meaning the conqueror of the self. और जब उन्हें सही ज्ञान की प्राप्ति हो गई तो उनको क्या कहा गया? महावीरा, कंकरर ऑफ सेल्फ, खुद पे विजय प्राप्त करने वाला, अपनी क्वारी को जानने वाला, conqueror of the self. Mahavira traveled around Magad and Anga for 30 years, preaching the fact to the people. He died in Pawa. Pawa में उनकी डेथ हुई लास्ट में, present day Eastern Uttar Pradesh at the age of 72 years. So this is the, all things are given in your book also. It is the short introduction about the life of Mahavira. Now we will discuss what was the basic teaching of Mahavira. Actually, Mahavira given two important thoughts and things about that. What is the true of life and what is the aim of life? First of all, Mahavira teaching became the basis of Jainism. Mahavira spoke of ahimsa, the practice of non-violence. He taught that all things living and non-living must be respected. So, causing deliberate injury to anything was a sin. Ahimsa is an important part of Jainism. Means non-violence. Jainism, the first teaching, no need to injure anything. Anything means all things living and non-living. किसी भी चीज को नुकसान मत पहुंचाइए. कैसे बनो? नॉन वायलेंस ही बनो, अहिंसा को मानो. The first teaching are given by the Jainism to follow the non-violence. Second, he given that what is the aim of life, then his answer is to attain the moksha and free from the cycle of life and death. जीवन का उद्देश्य क्या है? मोक्ष की प्राप्ति करना. What is this? Salvation. Means Mahavira preached that the goal of life was to free oneself from the cycle of birth, death and rebirth. इससे क्या करो? अपने आप को मुक्त कर लो. Through the teaching of Mahavira, this is the important second point. Aim of life to attain the moksha means to free from the life cycle of birth, rebirth and death. So this is the second important things and teaching of Lord Mahavira. This could be done by leading life based on right belief, right knowledge and right action. कैसे आप मोक्ष की प्राप्ति करेंगे? तो राइट उन्होंने 3 रास्ते बताए, राइट बिलीफ, right knowledge and right action. These were called Triratna. This is also known as the Triratna. What is the name of Triratna? Right beliefs, right knowledge and right action. He did not believe into the caste system. Mahavira always condemned the caste system. He know each and everyone equal in the eye of God. He never believed in the eye. He never believed in any image of God. He always believed that your work, your action is the more important than any other things. He opposed expensive and elaborate Vedic rituals and ceremonies. उनका यह भी मानना था चढ़ावा चढ़ाना, बहुत ज़्यादा खर्चा करना भगवान को प्रसन्न करने के लिए पूजा पाठ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. सबसे पहले आप अपने आचरण, अपने व्यवहार, अपने आप के अंदर एक सुधार लाइए. नॉन वायलेंसी बनो. ऑलवेज फॉलो द रूल ऑफ नॉन वायलेंस. Never believe into the caste system. Attend the moksha and oppose the expensive and elaborate Vedic rituals and ceremonies. He also followed, Mahavira spoke his follower to the Prakrit language and not in Sanskrit, because he believed that Prakrit was the language spoken by the common people. So all things and teaching given in the Prakrit. Okay, so these all things are the teaching of Lord Mahavira. After the death of Mahavira, after the death, the follower of the Mahavira divided into 2 groups. First one known as Digambar. Digambar meaning those clothed by the sky. Means Digambar, those who were clothed by the sky, were no cloth and were more ascetic. The Swetambar, as their name suggested, wore only white cloth. Digambar or Swetambar, that is the 2 sects of Jainism. After the death of Jainism, someone believed that Digambar and someone believed in Swetambar. This reason, what is the reason? Someone believed that more and more sacrifice, Digambar sects believe in more and more sacrifice, so they always no clothes and wear more ascetic, and Swetambar always use the white cloth on their body. So Jainism, after the death of divided, the Mahavira divided into 2 parts, Digambar and Swetambar. My dear student, tomorrow we will again discuss about that Buddhism. Thank you.